Shalom, Yashtiel, Boker Tov. How are you doing? Pastor Kofi, aka the Shadow Band, one pastor, servant of Christ, where we are always changing lives one mind at a time by being a voice of the voiceless and speaking the unspoken. Grateful and thankful and appreciative of the time that I have, and thank you for permitting me a few minutes to be in your life right now. And I'm in part 2 of this 12 Myths of Christmas thing. I just want to simply ask you something real simple, right? And we give all praise to the Most High, all praise to the Most High for my wife, the Honorable Maya, who lives a life that's able to be honored. Check this out. Quick question for you. If Christmas is supposed to be holy, tell me what is holy about Christmas. Quick question. This is always something that makes people confused when I ask you, what do you mean? It's about Christ. If we know that Christ was not born on that day, and we know that the holiday originally has to do with Saturnalia, right? Or has to do with winter solstice, then tell me what's holy about it. Do the gifts come from Christ? Anything having to do with Christ? Because Christ wasn't performing or doing any holy days in that time. They didn't keep any holy days in that time. Not as far as what we're thinking of, the way we do it as far as Christmas Day. Matter of fact, the holiday, the holy day, people were so against it that people who came over from Europe to the supposed New World, right? We know that's not what it was, but what they called the New World. When they came over to the Americas, they banned Christmas because it was so messed up. You had people that were preachers that would switch places with prostitutes. They didn't want any of that, right? They knew that it had nothing to do with Christ. They knew that the tree came from, people who were into paganism or Norse theology, even Roman theology, pagan theology, Greco-Roman, or even Greco theology. So why would they want anything to do with that? Can you tell me what's holy about it? Is mistletoe holy? Holding up mistletoe and whoever ends up underneath it just kissing. You know, they used to do more than just kiss under the mistletoe, but you're supposed to kiss somebody just because you happen to be under mistletoe. Tis the season. Why do you do that? Tis the season. Is eggnog holy? Making sure that you and yours will get drunk, right? Salah. Is that holy? Is a Yule log holy? This is why people wax you up upside the head with this stuff, right? Because the Yule log, somebody who's into witchcraft, or somebody who's in certain covens, or somebody who's of Norse theology, or who's into, not even Norse theology, they believe it to be what's real. Like, they know that they have more identification during Christmas time with the Yule log than you do. You just so happen to have one because they told you you're supposed to have one. What's holy about Christmas? Especially when the Most High tells us, Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 1 through 5, we need to stay away from it. We need to figure out what's so holy about it. Because if we can't find out what's holy about it, we've got an issue. And we should stop it. What's holy about lying about Santa Claus? And your children grow up and say, they have this mindset, you try to figure out, why don't my children trust me? Well, you lied to them about Santa Claus. You lied to them about the Easter Bunny. You lied to them about the Tooth Fairy. You lied to them about Halloween. You lied to them about a lot of different things. Some of us thought superheroes and comic book characters and all that were real until we got to a certain age and had our hearts broken. Right? Children have done stuff like jump out of windows or things trying to pretend to be Superman. Right? If that's the case and children can hurt themselves like that, what do you think it does to a child's spirit, it does to a child's mentality when you keep lying and we keep feeding them the lie? What's holy about any of that? What's holy about somebody watching you all year long, coming along with another gentleman who could take you to, or not gentleman, well, I guess according to certain people's culture, gentlemen would be right. But a dude that can come and he's going to snatch your child and take him down the hill with them. And then a slave that comes along, you call them an elf now, but that's not what they used to look like. Look at what they do with Black Pete and what the Dutch do. If we know that this stuff is wrong, right? If we can't find anything holy about it or holistic, then what's the point of it? Think about it, pray about it, have conversation about it. We appreciate you all for listening. And as always, we want you to remember that you are loved, you're necessary, you're majestic, you're fearfully and wonderfully made in you, which is all of us working together, will be the reason why people who are in this system no longer have to be of it. Shalom, family.